So hi everybody, this is Louis from Blue Gypsy Homestead, and I have this rather fantastic BX2660 tractor from Kubota, and it's nice, it's small, it's compact, it does everything I need it to do. And for the winter here in Canada, I use the BX2750D as my snowblower. Now this is great when it's working properly. It can throw snow, well, it can throw light snow about 40 or 50 feet, somewhere around 10 to 15 meters. It's great. However, because my driveway is built on, or built with rather, stone, and some of those stones, the initial stones they could be as big as 2 inches across to form a base. Sometimes the snowblower hits them. Even though I try and keep the blade up, sometimes it just hits them. And when it does, it causes some problems. It can oftentimes will jam in the augers, or it'll jam in the flywheel in the back. And so when that happens, and if you're really lucky, your shear pins break. And that's good, because if your shear pins break, that means that your gears don't strip. It's really, really important. Yes, a shear pin costs about $4 Canadian, but at the same time, I can assure you the gearbox is a lot more expensive. So what happened was I hit a rather large stone, and this was spinning full speed, and what it ended up doing was it ended up bending this part of the auger. So as soon as that part came down to the bottom, it would hit, and as a result, the shear pin would break because it couldn't go any further. The shear pin did its job. So what I had to do was, the first thing I had to do is I had to fix this. And so the only way I could come around to fixing it was by heating it up. And that's what I brought the torch out for. Now I've done this already, but I'll basically show you the steps I went through. So I took the torch and I started heating from this direction. So my goal was to heat up this entire section here, this entire section. Enough, actually not an entire section, more like over here. And the reason for that is that by heating this up, I made it pliable again. Now if you take a look, you can see how badly bent this is. I mean, there's more to this problem. This is a temporary fix. Temporary in the sense that being in Canada, this being January, I have a lot more cold weather to look forward to in the next month and a half, that I'm not going to get the opportunity, I don't believe I'm going to get the opportunity to take this thing apart the way I need to. So sometime in the spring, I will disassemble it, pull the whole thing off, take that out, replace it. Either with a used part or a new part. Honestly, doesn't matter. So again, what I did was I took my torch, lit it, and I focused the heat right here. And I did this for about 5 minutes or so. You can see it's already warming up because the water that was on it, the moisture that was on it, has disappeared. Now I'm going to turn this off because I don't really need it. But generally speaking, keep in mind, I did that for about 5 minutes. And then it's not going to get red hot when it's, +1 or 0 degrees Celsius outside. If I want, I can possibly do this in the summertime, and before I switch it, maybe I'll try and fix it. We'll see. If I can fix it, I will, because you don't really want to waste. So anyway, so once this was heated up, I took my hammer, and I purposefully took a hammer with a metal, I guess, handle, and proceeded to hit right here. And I continued to hit that until it started to move. Now, because it was hot, because the metal was hot rather, it was able to move enough to start clearing the base, which is what it hit on, it kept hitting with. This is a temporary fix. There's no way that I can leave this. Well, okay, I shouldn't say no way. Very little chance that I'm going to leave it this way past the summertime. But let's face it, right now, if it works, it's staying on. That's pretty much the way I have to look at it. So once that was done, and remember, this now wheels freely because the shear pin had broken. So the next thing I had to do was I had to change the shear pin, which meant I had to knock out the old shear pin and replace it with another one. This was fairly easy because these two shear pins actually line up. So they move separate, independently. So if I'm looking for where this shear pin is, all I need to do is move this blade until it lines up with this, and then I knock it out with a screwdriver and, well, hammer. I put in the new shear pin, tightened it up. I ran it to make sure that it wasn't that it was still working, and sure enough, it started throwing the snow again, just like it's supposed to. I'm happy. Am I thrilled? No, but I am happy. I'm happy because it worked. And sometimes when I mean, days like this right now, it's 0 degrees Celsius, and this is highly unusual for Canada this time of year. I'll take it. So there we go. The shear pin was replaced after I fixed, or did a fix on the impeller, flywheel, whatever you want to call it. And so now it works again. That was my goal, and that's where I am. Well, thanks again for listening. I will have more videos for you later on. Winter time is a rather slow time for us, so I'm going to spend a lot of time just talking. I'm going to spend time possibly going through my seed collection with you and planning out my gardens, and then we'll see what happens next. Anyways, feel free to drop by my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Blue Gypsy Homestead, and tell your friends about the channel. I hope that about the channel and mostly about the website for now, and hopefully we can grow this together. Anyways, I really appreciate it. Again, my name's Louie. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate your time. Take care.